In this video, we'll be covering the 5 main fire extinguisher types and their uses. Water-type fire extinguishers can be recognised by their red label. They are to be used on Class A fires, which are organic materials including fabric, wood, paper or cardboard. Water extinguishers work mainly by cooling, but a dense spray of water droplets also helps to cut off oxygen. When using a water-type fire extinguisher, ensure the fire doesn't involve and isn't close to electrics. If the fire is small and you're trained to use the extinguisher from at least 3 meters away, point the nozzle at the base of the fire and squeeze the lever. Then in a slow, sweeping motion, begin to sweep from side to side across the fire. Discharge the extinguisher fully to ensure the fire has been extinguished. The foam-type extinguishers can be recognised by their cream-coloured label. They are for use on Class A and B fires, which are organic materials such as fabric, wood, paper or cardboard, and flammable liquids such as paint and petrol. They have a cooling effect on the fuel and on burning liquids, and the foam forms a barrier between the fire and the fuel. When using a foam extinguisher, ensure the fire doesn't involve and isn't close to electrics. If the fire is small and you're trained to use the extinguisher from at least 3 meters away, for liquids, aim the nozzle at the side of the fire, squeeze the lever and release the foam. For non-liquids, aim at the base or back of the fire and sweep the nozzle from back to the front of the fire, slowly working across it. Care should be taken not to disturb the foam blanket that forms until it has cooled to avoid reignition. Discharge the extinguisher fully to ensure the fire has been extinguished. Wet chemical type extinguishers can be recognised by their yellow label. They are for use on Class F fires, which are animal fats and vegetable oils. They contain potassium, which forms a mist, which cools the fire and stops it spreading. The potassium also coats the surface of the oil or fat in a soapy foam that is non-combustible and acts as a barrier between it and the fire in a process called saponification. When using a wet chemical extinguisher, ensure the fire doesn't involve and isn't close to electrics. If the fire is small and you're trained to use the extinguisher from at least 3 meters away, aim the discharge hose at the side of the fire and gently squeeze the lever to allow the contents to fall gently onto the surface of the fire, which also prevents the oil or fat from splashing. Discharge the extinguisher fully to ensure the fire has been extinguished. Dry powder type extinguishers can be recognised by their blue label. They are for use on Class A, B, C, D, and electrical fires, which are organic materials such as fabric, wood, paper or cardboard, flammable liquids such as paint and petrol, and are also for fires involving electricity. Dry powder extinguishers smother fires by forming a barrier between the fuel and oxygen. As no cooling effect is achieved, you should be careful to watch for reignition. When using a dry powder extinguisher, if the fire is small and you're trained to use the extinguisher from at least 5 to 7 meters away, aim the discharge hose at the back or base of the fire, gently squeeze the lever and sweep the nozzle from back to front over the fire, and then slowly move across it. Discharge the extinguisher fully and remember, powder spreads over a large area and requires a lot of clearing up. Although it's non-toxic, inhaling the powder should be avoided. Carbon dioxide or CO2 type extinguishers can be recognised by their black label. They are for use on Class B and electrical fires, which are flammable liquids such as paint and petrol and fires involving electricity. CO2 gas displaces the oxygen around the burning material, suffocating it. The cylinder is pressurised, so gas comes out of the discharge horn with considerable force and noise. Avoid touching the upper part of the extinguisher or horn, as these may cause cold burns to exposed skin. When using a CO2 extinguisher, if the fire is small and you're trained to use the extinguisher from at least 3 meters away, raise the horn to 90 degrees and aim at the side of the fire. Squeeze the lever and then slowly sweep the nozzle from side to side across the fire, working towards the back. Discharge the extinguisher fully and don't use in confined spaces, as displacement of oxygen can cause suffocation. For fire marshal, construction fire safety and CSCS courses, free guidance and more tests, visit us at www.healthandsafetytrainingfirst.co.uk or call us on 0330 122 6126. Please remember that before using a fire extinguisher, employees must undergo appropriate fire extinguisher training specifically designed for the building they are in, and this video does not replace the need for this.